I'm going to start in Dark Fortress. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this in small sections so that when you practice, you can play it with me and you'll know when to start and stop, so it's just not like, continuous. So I'm going to start where you come in, right at the third measure right there. When you come in, it does start on eighths. And remember, we're going pretty quick on this one. And 1, 2, so it's about that fast. 1, 2, we'll start at the beginning. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, that was fast, but when you're practicing at home, we don't want to move that fast. We want to move at a pace where we can do this a little easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down by measure and add a new one every time at a slower tempo. And that'll make you a little more comfortable. So I'm just going to do the first measure where you come in at a slower tempo. So I'm going to go 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and. Okay, do it with me. Ready? Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and. Okay, if you get that right, move on. If you don't, replay this small section and do it until you get it right. That's the first measure. Okay, here's the second measure by itself. It goes 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to do it together. Ready? 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Yet again, if you don't get it the first time, rewind it back and try it. Now I'm going to do those first two measures together at a slow tempo. If we get it right, then we'll speed it up a little bit. All right, so here's that first measure we come in and the second one when we just played. Ready? 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're going about that tempo, but this piece is a little quicker. So it should be 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. About that tempo, okay? So let's try that. Ready? And okay, those should have been the first two measures. So if in the beginning this tempo is too fast, like I played it the first time in time, then slow it down, okay? Hopefully you're watching this video straight through before you try and play it with me. But if you go through each of these measures one at a time at a slower tempo and kind of just add on as you go, you should be able to speed up to the tempo that I played right when we started this video. So work in a small section, go from right at the beginning where you come in to 9 at slow tempo, adding in a new measure every time once you learn it, and then speed it up. Okay? So what I'm going to do, one more time, I'm going to play from where you come in to 9, the whole thing right there, at a slow tempo, and then I'm going to speed it up to the actual tempo we play at. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get started at the beginning. I'm moving a steady, slow tempo. 1 and 2, ready, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and. Okay? Hopefully, if you've practiced each individual measure, going up to 9 right there was a whole bunch easier at that tempo. Now when you speed it up, practice that a few times, and if you feel comfortable, maybe speed it up a little bit. So here it is a little bit faster. Okay, and just gradually speed it up. All right, I'm going to move on to the next section now, and don't rush through this, take your time. You've got time to look at this before we move on. Now I'm going to go to the next place you come in, which is 4 measures after 21. It's at the beginning of that third line right there. Starts on 16th notes. It's just like the second measure you played. I mean, it's the same. So this section, as long as you count and stay in time, is very similar to stuff you've already played, except for in that third measure right there. So we're going to start at the beginning of the third line. That's 4 after 21. And I'm just going to play that first measure. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. Ready, again. 1 and a 2 and If you get it up to that level and you can play it, then move on to the next measure on the third line. Has a rest on the first beat, and then you come in on eighths, okay? 1, 2, that measure, and 1, 2, and 3, and a 4, and. Okay? Once you've got them each individually right, let's smush them together. So I'm going to do the first measure on the third line and the second measure. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Rest. 2, and 3, and a 4, and. Okay? Then there's the third measure on the third line. It has got 4 16th notes, 2 eighths, and then 2 16ths tied to an eighth. Okay? When you're counting this, this is what I should hear. 1E and a 2 and 3E and. Okay? 1E and a 2 and 3E and. Listen to it once. 1E and a 2 and 3E and. Okay? So, try just that third measure again with me. Ready? And 1E and a 2 and 3E and. That's that measure. All right, and then the measure right before 29. Rest, 2 and 3E and a 4E and. Here we go. Try that right before 29, that measure. Ready? And 1, 2 and 3E and a 4E and. And then you would hit on 1 at 29. I'll do it one more time with the hit on 29. Ready? And 1, 2 and 3E and a 4E and a 1. So now I'm going to play the entire third line that you play. The third line on your piece of music, it's 4 measures after 21. I'm going to come in there and play to the first hit on 29. Here we go. Whoop, flip them the other way. Here we go. 1, 2 on that third line, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1. And that should bring you up to that next section, okay? Those are the only 2 sections you need to have ready throughout spring break. After we get back from spring break, we'll move on to the next section, which is 45 to 49. And we'll talk about that when you come in and have your lesson and everything. But just this top little portion up to 29, you can do it. Take it slow and we'll speed it up, okay? All right, good luck.